Welcome back to The Watch. I'm Oz.
I'm Claudia.
Who's not in the intro yet because she's still on probation.
Yeah.
Alright, everyone keeps saying, where's Claudia's intro? She still has to prove herself, alright? It's only been a few weeks.
Yeah.
She could bankrupt us. We don't know what she's capable of yet.
Yeah, if HR finds out.
But
know what
when
you're talking
she
about.
is officially part of Night's Watch, which she will be in a couple of weeks, I
Hopefully,
guess.
we don't know, she's on probation.
Probation. Anything can happen, okay? Then she'll be part of the
Anything
intro.
can happen.
Then
Yeah.
she can get more stuff, but it's just part of employing people, okay? So, commenters who are all just like calling us out, we know what we're doing, okay? We're on the
Yeah.
business here.
But I appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
And Nathan over there, he's dying. He doesn't have long left.
I was better the day before. Actually, I was worse the day before yesterday. But I've come in with my pineapple juice, with my loud presenter voice, which only lasts probably between 5 to 10 seconds before I start coughing again. But this episode sucked, and I need to talk to you all about it. And so, look, if you're okay with me slurping some delicious juice and coughing my brains out, then you'll enjoy this video because, oh boy, do I have things to talk about.
Yeah, I got some things to talk about too.
Also, for those who might be wondering, Shad isn't here because he's more unwell than me. So,
Yeah. So, as Shad would say, broad thoughts?
Broad thoughts.
Broad swords?
I hated this episode.
You hated it.
It was the most disappointing. Disney blue-balled people so much in this episode. That's what I'm going to just come out and say it.
Wow.
Blue-balled them so hard.
Yeah.
Also, they got characters completely wrong. That so much. What do you like to say, Oz, when people say something and this is something else and it's completely different to what the person was originally talking about?
It's a non sequitur.
So many of those. So many. The Inquisitors are just incapable, except for Reva. Reva can figure stuff out on her own.
She's smart.
She's smart. Vader is...
dumb.
So is Obi-Wan. Leia was not quite this one.
Yeah.
Not less funny, which, might be a good or bad thing, depending on what you think about it.
She was more consistently her age this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there was one part where she
but
was
not
sassy.
consistently her character.
Yeah, never consistently.
Never.
And a lot of this episode is just Disney changing characters, and then once they kind of realize that they're changing them too much, they'll do a little member berry, be like, oh, but Leia reminds Obi-Wan of Padme. Remember that, guys? Remember Padme? And so they keep trying to subvert expectations and change things, but then give you little memories of like, no, but it's still what you know and love, even though
Yeah.
it's completely different to what you remember.
It's the skin suit.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
So,
I hated this
very
episode.
underwhelmed.
So, in this episode begins with Obi-Wan trying to commune with Qui-Gon, but instead he connects to a vision of Vader, who is his previous...
I think it's just kind of between the two scenes.
Oh,
Also, can I just
Yeah.
say,
But he said Anakin. While he's
And
having
then he
this...
was hearing Reva?
No, he's hearing different voices in his head.
He heard
Yeah,
hers
From
in
the
the
prequels.
last
Hey, yeah, member berries? More member berries. More lines from the prequels.
also, we were promised, I think, is it 6 episodes for this season? We're now 3 down. That first fight scene we got in this movie, that is one of the 2 major fight
It's
scenes.
so bad.
And it was, I wouldn't even call it a
But
fight
we're
scene.
getting too far ahead of ourselves, Nathan.
I'm just saying,
Scene by
this-
scene.
We're too far.
scene by scene.
Yeah. We can cut all this out in post.
Fix it in post.
Oh, another thing I just say, I am sick of these title intros that Disney puts in. They do a recap, and then they do Lucasfilm, and then they do a Marvel Star Wars intro, basically.
Yeah.
And then they do Kenobi. It made sense back in the day when it was, Lucasfilm, because they made the movie, 20th Century Fox, because they published it,
Yeah.
and then the whole other stuff is just title intros to the actual movie.
Yeah. Well,
Disney
they've got to pad this out, dude.
just loves putting in extra intros for the sake of like, oh, guys, get excited, it's another... No. You're hyping me up for nothing. Stop it, okay? Our title intros here, in this channel, okay, has an effect, okay? There's a purpose for it. It lets you know who we are.
Except for her. We have to tell you.
We'll fix that later.
Who am I?
But what is the point of having a bloody Star Wars intro in the beginning? By the time you go to Disney Plus to watch the show, I'm pretty sure you know what Star Wars is. No one's going to randomly be watching, oh, what's this Obi-Wan Kenobi thing?
It could be worse though, dude. They could give us a text crawl every single episode. Could you
I would
imagine
be okay with that.
No, I would not.
I would not have.
It's better than what.
Actually, didn't.
What?
No, I don't think Mandalorian didn't do that. Did
No.
it?
No.
No, just in the beginning.
Yeah, no. They didn't do that. So, Vader is Anakin and Anakin's alive, and he built his home in the Netherrealm in Minecraft, where he got burnt real bad.
Yeah.
Can I just go back for a moment?
Yeah.
With Kenobi basically meditating.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought with meditating, it's to commune with Qui-Gon, it's to talk with him, but he basically prays to him as like a saint.
Yeah, no,
He's
they
like-
treat Qui-Gon like
Qui-Gon.
Jesus.
Give me strength to fight Anakin. It's like, that's not what the Jedi do when you try to commune to other Jedi. You're trying to... It's like with the Avatar in Last Airbender, like communing with previous lives. It's like you want information, but in this...
So, what are you saying? He's not meditating to your liking?
He's not even meditating. He's praying to Qui-Gon for help.
Yeah.
He's asking for strength.
Mm.
I wrote down, like, this is our introduction to Vader. He just... Reva?
Reva.
I'm just going to call her third sister, because I'm going to not remember how I'm supposed to say it.
Yep.
She calls up, and she goes, "This is the deal, Vader. I'm gonna..." And then he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna put her... I'm gonna make... Do you want to be Inquisitor?" And it's just like a little conversation, like, is he Vader or not?
Yeah.
He's not intimidating. There's nothing, we're not getting anything from this. This is our first introduction to Vader after they teased him being in the test tube thing. And he just comes out like, "Oh, I'm fine, just going about my day."
Yeah, just going
Also,
about it.
can we just talk about his throne and how dumb it looks?
Yeah, does look dumb.
Like, okay, for one thing, everything's all black, awful composition. What are those red things there? Makes no sense.
No idea.
And you can't see it on the screen here. Maybe those watching can. We can't. But when I was watching on the screen, it's all just the same texture. You can make this in Blender in like half an hour. The most effort would be UV unwrapping. Like, it is very lazy. Like, when you think of the Emperor's throne in Return of the Jedi, that place has different intricate shapes and colours and lights and guards.
Is this a throne room?
Mm-hmm.
Why does Vader have a throne room?
Because he's Vader. It's to intimidate people, but no one's there.
Yeah,
It's
no one
not
goes in
even.
there.
It doesn't even look intimidating.
No.
Especially when he just Zoom calls everyone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, speaking of Vader, when are we going to get you your breathing apparatus suit? So he talks with Reva, like, "Yo, what up? Get Obi-Wan."
Look, I'm glad she didn't talk to him like how she talks to the Inquisitors, at least.
Yeah.
And then Vader was like, "Fail me and you will not live to regret it." Which, if they stick to canon, she will fail because Obi-Wan survives, in which case she should die.
Well, to be fair, it was more his fault. Was Vader's? So they can't have Reva be at fault for anything, right? They can't have her lose. So he's the one that lost him. So he stops his meditation, and she says the most, that's what a kid would say. "Are we there yet?"
Yeah.
And she asked about the Force, and I thought that was actually a pretty decent explanation. I liked that.
It was a nice interaction between Leia and Kenobi, but not a lot of payoff. Like, it doesn't go for very long, and we don't... Like, he's protecting Leia, but we're not seeing any relationship.
I disagree. I think this scene was pretty... I
like it.
I thought it was kind of heartwarming. She's like, what does the Force feel like? Are you afraid of the dark? Yes. Well, what's it feel like when you turn a light on? Feel safe. And I thought that was a good explanation. I like that.
I don't think
It was
so.
nice,
like it?
but I just don't... I think there could have been more.
Okay.
This show wastes a lot of time.
Oh, absolutely.
And they don't give time to things that could be more impactful.
Okay.
And with the Force, it isn't just turning on the light. It's everything around us, everything living and breathing. And like, everyone's
breathing,
like...
you bet you envy that.
Yeah, I do. Everyone's like, it's between turn the light. What about the dark side of the Force? That's
The
not
dark side is the dark.
Yeah, the dark. Yeah, so it's not necessarily the Force that brings in that good things. Also, okay, if the Force makes you feel good and wholesome and whatever, then why is he not using it when he's being depressed and had PTSD?
No idea.
If he's like, "Oh, man, it feels so good and you feel welcome and warm," why aren't you using it more to feel better?
Force anti-depression pill.
Basically. And so I think
Well,
he could have just... shows to me writers don't know what the Force is because they don't even go back to the basic Yoda example of, like, it's all around us.
And I think she could have asked more questions. They keep setting her up as someone who's curious, asking a lot of questions, talking too much, but then in moments like these, she just stops talking.
Yeah, but it would be kind of frustrating if she just kept asking questions. Like, when kids keep asking questions, I just want to...
But then that's when we can get some more interactions, some more relationship growth, like, you talk too much, I don't know, just more child and big saviour interactions. And he fixes her robot, which is nice. We get Lola back.
Yeah. But anyway, what else happens? Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
sell those toys.
This is, this planet is called Planet Unreal Engine, obviously.
Like every other environment that they have.
Yep. And I just thought it goes from Planet Unreal Engine to California.
Yeah,
That's California. You got the smoke and everything. You got everything. That's literally California. So they're just wandering around.
Cute little costume.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan's dressed like a Jedi again, obviously.
So we can't have him not dressed like a Jedi.
Yeah, so it's kind of stupid. Oh, this was... I kind of like this part.
Yeah?
I kind of did. I thought that he knows that Anakin's alive, so if he does have PTSD... Actually, you know what? It's not PTSD, it's literally dementia. That's why he's hallucinating Anakin. Oh, I found him!
That's where I put him.
Kind of reminded me of... have you seen I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Where he finds the mannequin? He's like, what the hell are you doing out here, Fred? And because you kind of see the head turn, and it just looks like... It just... You'll see. But yeah, so... What the hell are you doing out here, Anakin? If you're real, you better tell me right now. Anyway.
There's a few things that Leia says, right?
Yeah.
So one thing, Leia's like, you know, what if he's good? Like, the guy that helps us is going to be good. And then everyone's like...
Not everyone's good, Leia.
People aren't always good, Leia!
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Like, he just slashes out of her. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, go no.
That was weird. But also, her questions are weird, because this is coming from a kid who was just like, are you a Jedi? You're not a Jedi. Did you just kidnap me? Maybe you're in on it. And now she's just like, why would he lie?
Yeah, so it's very consistent writing, obviously.
And then when Kenobi explains, yeah, the Empire came here and basically destroyed everything, she's like, I thought the Empire's meant to help us.
I didn't have
Does she
as
not...
much of an issue with that, because
She shouldn't really know about that.
isn't her family a part of the Empire?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but technically, no.
They're not? Oh, yeah.
He starts the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah,
and so he's against the Empire without kind of knowing. And so...
But she wouldn't know that, would she?
She wouldn't know that.
Yeah, if she's an intelligent little 10-year-old who knows everything about everything, okay, she can be like, you're a Jedi. Your father, you're just trying to be like him. Like, if she's so intelligent with that, I think she'd be able to go, Empire was here before it was lush and green and now it's not. Maybe they're bad.
Yeah.
Also, if she didn't know herself...
Is the Empire bad? Is the Empire bad people? Like, she could have asked that question instead of going, I thought they were supposed to help people.
Yeah.
But I just think, if her father's basically a rebel, if she didn't know herself they were bad, he would instill it in her without even knowing.
Well, actually, based on what I know about that sort of thing, in communist societies, if there were dissidents, they had to choose. It was a tough choice. They talk about it. Do you try to raise your child correctly, letting them know that this is all wrong, and then there's the risk of them letting something slip at school, in which case you're all dead, or
Good point.
Or do you let them grow up in this system where they'll be safe, but they'll also be partaking in this evil? There's a very tough choice.
Ignorance is bliss.
But I think with what Leia's whole thing is just to fight against the Empire.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we're about to find out why.
it implies that she has lived a sheltered life and hasn't been able to leave her planet. I just find it annoying that
this
seems like her parents would want to protect her from these things.
I just find it very annoying that she's very know-it-all with lots of things,
Yes.
but then the one thing that's clearly apparent in the Star Wars universe she's not aware of.
No doubt it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get...
to the most boring planet
in the world.
Geometry. It is literally just an ice cream cone in a green ocean.
But it's also like a intro for Reva. It plays her music, shows her walking through this thing like she's...
It's a bit hard to tell when everything's all black.
Yeah. But it's like... That's... Come on, Nathan.
But like everything is all black in like this episode's the worst because it's basically
so
a podcast.
Because it's basically a podcast.
I watched it at home in the dark and I still couldn't see anything.
I had to turn all the lights off and close the curtains.
So yeah, Reva gets her intro, and it kind of sucks and is kind of boring. I mean, like, it doesn't really look that cool, this space
Also,
She's just not intimidating.
play this bit here. The crowd, okay, they're so awkwardly placed. They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, those two guys are walking just so they can stop for her. No one's doing anything. Like, on the Death Star, at least, everyone's marching, doing things. Like,
Yeah.
they always look busy. Here, it just looks like they're just like,
Good point.
gotta look cool with the Empire.
Because this is their hub world.
Yeah.
Also, great green screen, obvious. You know, not obvious at all.
Again, it's so dark.
Yeah.
So dark.
You can barely see Reva apart from the...
You can't. All I see is two red...
You can barely see anyone, just the stormtroopers.
Mm.
And again, what is that giant red stature thingy?
Oh,
what is the point of that?
It's a metal detector.
What if you just walk around it?
Good point.
Also, okay, the wall is just cliche sci-fi wall.
It's called Greeble in the biz. That's
Yeah,
cliche Greeble.
they have generators that they just spit that stuff out. You just do a blank wall, hit generate, and it just
underwater.
makes it.
Yep.
They're underwater right
And
now.
they're underwater. And then they enter the underwater restaurant.
He looks like the Mantis guy in Aquaman.
Yeah, from the back he does. From the front, he looks like an Asian fella. Why do they... Okay.
No kidding.
Why do they have the thing on their back? That's stupid.
That's just a real dumb thing.
She
I
has it on the side.
disavow Inquisitors because they are a dumb idea in general. Sorry, Filoni, but that just...
Yeah.
You messed up on that.
The rule of two. No more, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
I found this scene a little odd.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
That's force stretch.
Bend for me!
Hmm.
Ah! Ah! He's using the force on me! I'm so intimidated! That looks so dumb!
You know, that's...
At least force trigger or lift her up or put your like look intimidating.
Yeah.
Instead she just looked like an awkward bending over.
This exact power is one that, in business situations, like interviewing actresses, Harvey Weinstein used that exact power.
I knew where you were going.
Really?
Yeah.
Precognition. But also, shouldn't the Inquisitors not be powerful enough for the Force to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But
shouldn't.
keep going. This it focuses on something weird. He's like the whispering thing. It's just
Yeah, Jimmy whispers.
it's just annoying.
Loud whispering. It's great with the voice.
It will be my position. What?
And they talk so slow.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Oh, we
Now
got...
this, she's got her hand on her stomach. And then we focus to her
But
hand
what-
on her stomach. What is that trying to tell us?
I reckon she has an injury there. She's probably got chopped.
Maybe she...
But why do they... But
They imply something without even telling you. I reckon we're going to get a big reveal eventually. Who knows which episode we're going to be in. Like, they could take forever.
Maybe she got shot by like a clone trooper when she was running, got grazed or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, also this part, she's like, random group of straw... No, where is it?
What she tells them.
Yeah, why does she need to tell them
Does she talk
to get
to
the
them?
drones?
You
Why,
don't.
why can't she just go and tell a random stormtrooper, like, hey, send some drones to these coordinates?
did she say get the drones? Do it now.
She literally
Yeah.
tells them to get the drones.
But then also,
So-
she comes around and says, like in another scene, I think, she goes, alright everyone, it's like,
Yeah.
who do they go to for these things? They just talk to themselves.
Yeah. They should be going to the Imperial officers, shouldn't they?
You should have
And telling them
officers
to do
in there.
stuff. It's called chain of command. You tell an officer to do something, their officer goes and tells their
Yeah,
people.
talking about chain of
It
command.
just seems like they keep trying to set them up to be these really intimidating people, and they're just not.
Yeah, because they can't write good characters at all.
But talking about chain of command, she talks to Vader, and Vader doesn't tell the other two what he's told her. And so, if you were in a giant empire, and then this big overlord talked to the third sister, who by the way is the lowest rank in this group at least, and says, "All right, you're going to go do the things, but don't tell the higher ups about that." That is poor planning on Vader's part, and the fact that he wouldn't tell the guy who's next in line what's going on. What the hell, Disney?
Disney's dumb. Like, obviously, like, think about it if it was... okay, Disney, here's how
Imagine
we
if
explain to you.
Bob Iger went to tell some crew cameraman, "Hey, we're gonna make another
Yeah.
Star Wars movie."
It doesn't work
And
like
then
that.
Kathleen Kennedy's like, "Oh, we're gonna make another Star Wars movie," and the cameraman's like, "I talked to Bob Iger, and we're gonna make like the one I'm making."
Well, that's not exactly how the chain of command works. It goes from Dark Lord of the Sith, and then it goes to Bob Iger, and then he passes it on to Kathleen, and Kathleen gives it to whoever is making the movie. Yeah.
Ugh.
And that's that. You know what it probably is? It's probably Disney, and he's got his own Vader suit to keep him alive.
And it's so dark.
Yeah, it's very dark here, isn't it? And then there's the drone thing, and this is all just CGI crap that doesn't really mean anything to anyone.
My issue with this, right, with the
I don't even remember that scene.
with the drones. In Empire Strikes Back, they have giant star destroyers
That shoot them.
that like go to a certain area and then shoot them in that vicinity. These are little pods going who knows how far off into the galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how space travel works. Even in Star Wars, I get Star Wars isn't very consistent, but
Yeah. But they don't even show them jump into light speed, they just fly off.
there's
Yeah, if they go on that speed, it'll take them
and
several
only
hundred
3
million years.
pods.
Only 3. So yeah, back in California, mining's bad. Also, anyone noticed that when they were showing this place, like, this place used to be really great once, but they're looking around and all you see is, like, on one hill, there's 2 flags, like 2 soldiers and, like, 2 civilians, and they're just
I
beating them
noticed
up.
that.
Yeah, and they do that in multiple places where it's just, like, random group here getting pushed around, random group here
Yeah.
getting pushed around, and there's no
For
logical...
what? What are
for
they
what?
there for?
Yeah,
We don't see, like, I don't know, maybe a mine or some crops.
Yeah.
Or, like...
just some random spots. Anyway.
Also,
And he tells her you don't talk. And she says, got it.
And then immediately...
That's a
Talks.
missed opportunity to say you talk, like, you have a fun interaction with a kid. You talk too much. She goes, no, I don't. You know, like when he was telling her she's stubborn
Yeah.
before. And then she just walks up to this mole dude who, when at the last planet, she was scared
Yeah.
of the big
Aliens.
alien. And then she just walks right on up to this mole-looking dude. Also, I have an issue with his design. How often do we see alien designs in Star Wars that directly relate to an animal we've seen in real life?
Admiral Akbar is a calamari.
A calamari?
Yeah.
It just felt like a lazy design to me. They could have explored it a little more and stretched the design.
I just love how Obi-Wan's like, hello, sir. Can you point us to the US border? Because it's like... anyway, because that's what they're kind of doing. That's what I thought they were going for with this. Honestly, like, you know me, I'm always like, how are they connecting this to politics? What are they trying to say? This literally felt like a person escorting someone through the US border. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It just feels weird and out of place.
Yeah.
what's also weird, right? They get to the point, and
And
Kenobi's
convenient.
like they're right around the spike. Goes, no one's here. I knew it. I knew no one would be here because I ran out here 2 seconds and no one's here.
Yeah.
And then Leia's like, oh look, there's a ship there. Let's go do that. And Korean's like, I can't believe it. The guy didn't show up on time.
Yeah.
What is this? And you're like, Kenobi, chill. You've been
Yeah.
here 2 seconds.
Kenobi
Yeah.
needs to chill.
He gets so mad so quickly.
Weird.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Anyway, so they decide to... Oh, yeah, and here's the thing. So, obviously someone failed at painting that a few times, I had to try again.
Yeah.
But Claudia didn't know what that symbol meant.
No.
Because it's like... Obviously, if you've got new people watching this, right,
Yeah.
you should probably explain some things. Yeah, so they're just going along...
I didn't know we were supposed to be worried about that symbol.
Yeah, couldn't you tell from the music?
And it wasn't even like... It was just like if I painted the Australia flag really badly and then stuck it on the back of my car.
Also,
And I let people in my car and it... That's gone a different direction.
just going back a bit as well, when Leia's like, maybe they can give us a ride. Kenobi's like, but it's not safe. Bruh, have you realised where you're at?
Huh.
Your whole mission's not safe.
And all of a sudden she's like this well-spoken, great at lying little lady when we have no indication of that's how she was before.
But hey, back to when you were talking about how he got pissed that no one was there. He says, I never should have... I wrote down, I never should have trusted that Indian scammer. Because that's what he did. He trusted that this dude was literally scamming people in front of him. And
No,
then...
he was helping people leave though.
Sure, but he was still scamming them for money thinking that he was a Jedi.
Yeah.
He could have made his business
Yeah, it's like
honestly.
he was scamming them for the antivirus software, but at least the software worked.
Exactly. He could have been honest like, yes, I am not a Jedi, but I can get you out of this planet. So, but he doesn't.
That's what he said the first That's what he said, though.
What?
I'm trying to amend my ways. I'm not a Jedi, but I'm trying to be better. And
Yeah, I mean
this is my way of helping.
I mean to everyone else that he helped.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Why do you have to pretend to be a Jedi?
Yeah.
Because regular people, smugglers, don't do that. You just give them $4,000 and they get you across the US border. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. I wrote down Leia Master Liar. Oh no, that's a little further on into when the stormtroopers come.
You know, it's
yeah.
really annoying, right? When the troopers show up, Obi-Wan doesn't go, "Oh, stormtroopers." He goes, I think they're troopers, Leia. Leia, there are stormtroopers looking for me. And then Leia, then he's like, "Oh, they got a scanner. Can't see me now." But before, he's just like, I think that's a threat. Also, he looks the exact same. Doesn't shave his beard, doesn't get a haircut, doesn't change his robe. What are you doing, Kenobi? You're meant to be in disguise! And these guys, okay, these stormtroopers are looking for a Jedi! And then the one person on the planet who's suspiciously there shows up! And they go, you said your daughter's name wrong. Oh, it's your mother's? Okay. Sorry.
But also, the fact that he says Leia. Like, he's been on missions before. He can't be like, oh, your name is Luma, and I'm Torg.
No, but get this right. She's a master liar. She hasn't slipped up at all. And then the first time he speaks, he slips up her name.
Yep.
Kenobi's been on many, many missions before. I think the guy's good enough at lying.
And why did he say her name?
It's really funny. He's like, they know what they're doing, Leia. But I don't.
And they don't even, when he slips up, they don't question it. He just,
Well,
sorry,
they do.
I mixed up the names. And then they just go, oh, okay, checks out, see ya.
Yeah.
But again, like, if you're looking for a Jedi, and then no one else is on the area except for this random guy with his daughter,
Who happens to have a little girl.
it
which
would be
was
as
the
simple as,
description.
like, can you just pull your clothes... Oh, what's that there? A lightsaber.
Yeah.
What's your name again? Ben? Oh, okay. Like, okay, stormtroopers are dumb because they can't shoot and they've got clumsy armor.
And he says Leia. They know they're looking for someone with the little princess girl.
But also, right?
But they're not dumb behind the masks. They're still human people.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if he's like, you called her Leia. He's like, I have early onset dementia.
That's basically what he says.
yeah.
I mixed their names up.
It's been very rough. General Kenobi.
Oh man. He sees them get on. You're not clone troopers. Where are they?
Where's Rex?
I suppose.
Cody, is that
stormtroopers
you?
Are always stupid.
What was that?
Stormtroopers are always stupid, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
So
Well,
it checks out. I guess.
they're still threatening though. Like when they were on Tatooine, their presence was like pretty sinister with Luke.
But these dudes...
They could figure out, like with the droids were like they can't shoot. Sure, I give them that
Yeah.
with plot armor, but they're still troopers and they're people behind them who can probably put one to one together. If we're looking for someone and the one stranger we've found.
But it just seems like all the stormtroopers we're seeing in this entire episode are all just hanging out.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're not doing anything. They're just hanging around.
So the drone shows up, and he gets the drop on all these stormtroopers,
We're
even though they
still
get ready.
waiting for him to bring out his lightsaber and use the Force.
Yeah, but again, look, they're at the ready to shoot him,
Yeah.
and he managed to get the drop on all of them. And
Wait,
what does he?
doesn't he pull up his? He pulls up his hood.
Yeah, when they come up like
He steps off and he's going, "Oh, I'm gonna do some fighting." He pulls up the hood.
again, like
I'm gonna restrict my
dumb
vision.
stuff.
Like-
Well, no, because they go. He's in the truck. That's when he puts the hood on.
This situation right here is a perfect time to do a Jedi mind trick.
Yep. I was waiting for it.
Same.
Or
I am not the guy you're looking for.
or even using a Jedi weapon.
I was waiting for that as well.
No, lightsabers cannot be useful in this scenario. Of course not.
All right, and then he beats that guy over the head to knock him
And
out.
he like does all this fighting and he just leaves Leia.
Oh yeah, and that trooper gets bisected by the gate.
Which
Yeah, I
thought
was
just
expecting that.
it was unnecessary violence, I think, in
It
my
was
opinion.
weird. And he's just lying there.
It'd be
And
funny.
Leia is unfazed by all of this.
It'd be funny if Obi-Wan goes up to the guy that got cut in half, like, that's the second time I've done that, and the first guy was fine, you should be too. Just get some robot legs.
Also,
you
this
pussy."
scene,
Yeah.
he goes, keep going. He shoots the
Yeah, he can just go
He
around.
can just walk around.
Yeah, on literally either side.
He's like, oh no, there's lasers.
Yeah, what?
When they can just walk around it. Look,
Yeah, they couldn't just CG some more
they could
wall.
walk around either side.
Yeah, why couldn't they just CG some more wall on either side?
You were very right.
Like,
You
it's
could just
stupid.
walk through the outpost.
No,
They
no.
could drive around. There's enough room to drive around the outpost.
Yeah. No, Leia, there's a rock in the way on that side, and there's some bushes over there. And then these guys rock
More-
up, and just...
Which is even more dumb, right?
Like, where did they
Again-
come from? Just waiting there?
And because she's a woman in a Disney thing, she has to be a good person, even though she's like an Imperial officer.
Also, can I say
Oh.
that if there's 3 stormtroopers and I was a Jedi, that's when I take out the saber, and she'd
She's
be
spy,
dead.
though.
She'd be dead if she wasn't like, "Wait, I'm here to help you."
Yeah.
But she shot them first while he was
But as well, when he's on the
kneeling.
ground, you don't
Yeah.
see it in this short clip. But they're like down the ground, and he goes, okay."
Huh.
Has the gun still up in the air, ready to shoot.
I didn't notice that. Pause for a
Look,
second.
it's right there. You can just shoot anyone he wants.
Yeah, but
There
they're
was a
also pointing guns.
continuity error. He was down low on the ground, and when it came back, he was not as low to the ground.
Oh.
That happens a lot in this. It's lasers.
Saved by a lady. Oh, yeah, and so this is the part you're talking
I
about.
liked her, though.
Yeah. Why didn't Reva come in and tell them to launch the drones at this point when there's other officers around instead of just telling those two? Again, it's just, I'm going to be bossy. Blah, blah, blah. Yep, they're sneaking through this town. When, look,
Out in the open.
you could... Why they... And also, this just looks like a bloody horse stable, apart from that part, but like, look at this area. It literally looks like a horse
Yeah.
stable in California.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Can we go back? I was just going
A
through notes.
ranch.
Yeah, ranch. Yeah. What is
Back
it?
to with the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
He's like, "We both know he will be standing by his side when this is over." Maybe she says it. But do you know why the Inquisitor was looking for that like one spare Jedi and not Kenobi?
Why?
Because once they kill the Jedi, then they have no purpose. In which case, Sidious just offs them all off. And so the Inquisitor was obviously prolonging his purpose because he knows, being the Inquisitor, big guy, big evil Sidious Dark Lord, rule of 2.
Well, do they know that? Do they know the rule of 2?
You would think if they've got access to all the archives and all the information and stuff and they're using Dark Force, you could probably understand, knowing Vader and Sidious not being very nice people, if you don't have a purpose, then you're going to get outed. And so, I just think it, again, shows how incompetent Reva is as a character, thinking, oh, when I get Kenobi, I'm going to be Vader's right-hand man.
But the fact that they don't know that, like, again, if they knew, oh, I'm going to get killed if I complete my job, yeah, okay, I'm going to undermine you and find a way to get out of this crappy workplace relationship, because that's stupid. Like, if you knew that you were going to be killed at the completion of your work, why would you do it?
Yeah.
I still don't understand her motives.
Yeah.
I don't know what
She wants
she's
to
trying to
be-
achieve other than being in the good books with Vader, but why was that her motives from the beginning? And why does she have a direct line of communication with Vader? I don't get it.
Who knows? It's just a contrivance for the plot. There was one part I did like here, in this town area, where basically the girl reveals, what's her name? This lady reveals that, oh, they're taking force-sensitive things, and then Leia says, what do they do with them? And then Obi-Wan looks at her, right? I thought that was actually good storytelling. If you know what they're trying to say, it's like, Obi-Wan has obviously either deducted or sensed that she is afraid because she feels that she might be force sensitive. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, I was also thinking as well what Shad was saying in the last episodes about
What?
her having the force sense.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe they're alluding to that more and more because she is sensing. It does seem like she's sensing things, sensing emotions and stuff. Although with the scene, I did like what you were saying about it, but it just doesn't seem like Obi-Wan is feeling anything here. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Well, he talks about the things, but I thought maybe this was maybe a moment he would be remembering Luke, who he left behind in Tatooine when he spent how long has he
10
been?
years.
10 years watching over Luke, and this is maybe a moment he could remember Luke and feel a little anxious, but we don't get any of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, before they go in the building, Leia's been all sassy, great lying to stormtroopers, just saw everyone, a bunch of death, and was like, oh, okay, all good. And then all of a sudden she's like, I miss home, Obi-Wan. Like, she just suddenly goes, like, really sad and depressed. If there was something that maybe
figure it out.
reminded her of home,
Yeah.
or they were having a conversation, and then she kind of goes, man, I always wanted an adventure, but this is kind of scary and frightening. And it makes sense, but it's so, like, binary.
But she does that, and then she says, can you teach me how to shoot? And then the lady says, she'll make a good fighter someday.
Yeah.
How does... We don't get any indication of that,
That's
though.
just trying to make fans remember, Leia's going to be a good fighter in the future. She's pretty good with the blaster.
We don't have any indication of that now.
No, but that's the thing. It's not to people watching this for now. Like, let me try that. Like, those lines aren't for people who are first watching the series and the show, whatever. It's for those big fans who watch the original trilogy, who love Leia, who know anything about Leia. It's trying to make them feel better about, this is still the Leia you know and love because she's going to be a good shooter in the future, even though her character's been kind of murdered by the show right now.
Maybe she'll be a good fighter in the future for when you do see her actually shoot a blaster.
Yeah.
Maybe she does a good job. Maybe she's a natural.
Yeah.
And that will be fine.
Like, they could have given us moments, like when Obi-Wan was fighting the stormtroopers at the border. Maybe she trips one of them up and helps him out.
Yeah,
maybe
something like
we
that.
can get indication of her
Actually
having that
fighting
sense for fighting back, but we're not getting any of that. She's just standing around the whole time, which is not bad because she's a little kid. But
if they want her to be a fighter,
when they say she'll make a good fighter someday, we don't get any indication of that other than being really good at running away from people with longer legs.
Yeah.
Also, there's a part when they first come in, she's talking to the big droid, and then the lady's like, droid doesn't talk. And then she's like, why not? Why have something to say? And then she's like, sometimes action speaks louder than words. That's just lazy writing. They're going, what's a good quote about not speaking? Action speaks louder. Okay, great. Like, it is so poorly written.
They needed to what's it called? Foreshadow the fact that he's going to help protect them, right? Which is weird because they've said actions speak louder than words to foreshadow him doing his action, but them directly saying it is... Do you see where the contradiction is? Mm-hmm. Like, they've said actions speak louder than words without just letting him do it.
Yeah.
They have to...
Yeah.
Anyway.
And another thing about that scene, it's back to Leia not being consistent. She was scared of the big alien. She wasn't scared of the mole alien, but she's scared of the robot, even though the show has told us that she likes robots. She likes ships. She was watching the ships and naming them. She likes Lola, her robot. She sees a big robot and she's scared. Why? Wouldn't she be like, whoa, cool, a robot, what does it do? Doesn't speak. I did like that moment, though, where she was like, what if he has something to say? That was kind of cute.
But also, what was it? Oh yeah, one of those aliens. When she was running from Obi-Wan, one of those aliens she ran under was literally just a pair of legs and a head.
I know, yes.
I was like, what?
But it was a tall one too. Like, what was the point?
I don't know. You think there's like an entire race of that, and they do like House of Cards anyway.
Also, there was a reference to another Jedi.
Yeah.
Quinn Khan.
Is he another known Jedi, or is he an invention in this?
He's in Clone Wars. He's a lot more like, crazy kind of Anakin style, off loose. He was... The Jedi Council gave him the assignment to assassinate Count Dooku. And so he actually went to like do that, and then he met Asajj Ventress, and they fell in love, and then she taught him the ways of the dark side, and so he's got like some cool backstory.
But he's here now.
All of that is...
It was just, again, a little thing of like, this is the Star Wars, remember that Jedi you like? He's here!
Yeah.
He's here, everyone! He's not here, though. But little reference. Again,
exists.
It's like with Marvel, and they do like the end credits scene, they just, Nick Fury's like, I need you to join my team. Just little things to make you think you enjoy it, but they don't actually give you anything to enjoy it with.
Yeah.
I've noticed that her hair is slowly falling out into 2 braided pigtails.
Really?
Do you think they're going to end up with her having the Leia buns?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Also, by the way, in this scene, she calls... she knows that Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan just by his face. She calls him Obi-Wan. So random people, know that Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan just by his face alone. That's stupid. Like, was he a celebrity back in the day? I think he probably would be.
On the Jedi Council, did some good.
Yeah.
Like...
yeah, and also, and when she calls him Obi-Wan, he says, it's just Ben nowadays. So he gives away his alias. You know, like, if you know, people know you're living under the name Ben, right? Let's say someone goes to Tatooine. Have you seen a man called Obi-Wan around? No. Have you seen a man called Ben around? Oh, yeah, old Ben, he lives out that way. Like, you say their name, because it's his alias. So, that was stupid.
Good point.
Yeah, and so they're about to leave, but then he feels a presence he hasn't felt since...
And he doubles over.
Yeah, he doubles over, but also goes to... Oh, wait, no, this happens. Right, that's right.
Yeah, he's the actions that speak louder than words.
Yeah.
He's holding a hammer, even though he's a big robot with big arms.
Yeah, he's already made of metal.
Arms.
Yeah.
But okay.
I made dot points, right? One, why do stormtroopers need a droid inside to open the doors? If they need to get in, surely someone has the key code.
Yeah.
Two,
or an override device.
Why do they feel the need to explain to the droid what they're doing, even though the droid can't speak?
Yep.
The only reason they say, "Oh, we're coming here because we saw Joe," is to explain to the viewers why they're there, because they think the viewers are idiots.
Yeah.
Three, why does one stormtrooper know and one doesn't that the droid can't speak?
Again, they needed to tell people. They need to inform people, but they also need to diffuse the situation.
But they keep telling us. I
can't speak. You think if one stormtrooper would know, the other one might.
Yeah. But again, I know it doesn't make sense, but they did that because they need to diffuse the situation of answer me, droid. So yeah.
And then.
But it's stupid either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole thing of the droid wanting to beat him down with a hammer, what would that accomplish anyway? So you get two dead stormtroopers. People are just going to flood in and say, this droid's
naughty
on
droid.
rogue.
This droid needs a hammer to knock
and finally, they search one corner of the place.
Yep.
And then, knowing, they say that we saw a Jedi come in here.
Well, they said come into town.
No, they say we saw a Jedi come in. No,
they said come into town. We'll take it back and we'll show it. A Jedi was seen entering this town.
Okay. Still, I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Still, they search one corner and then they go, not in the other corner.
Well, I don't think they coughed, but yeah, I agree.
Yes. But Reva,
it just shows
Reva, third sister comes in. She's just all like,
Where is it? Yeah. We're not ready. We need more. Need more what?
Time.
More time. Yeah, I know time, but like, why can't you just go through the tunnel and wait at the other end?
Don't. Because it's not convenient.
Yeah.
For the plot.
And also, why did he separate from them? Like Vader shows up, right?
Yeah.
Why not just leave? Because he separated from them, and didn't want to fight Vader anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Also, she says, I joined the Empire when they stood for something. And then I realized I was wrong, but she doesn't say that, like, I was misguided, because when they stood for something, because they were good, right, in the beginning. So, again, I think Disney's trying to make the Empire look less evil.
Maybe.
And also in this part, how much more impactful would it have been for Obi's character if third sister didn't reveal that Anakin was alive?
Yeah.
He's feeling it through the Force, and then he looks out and he's going, what the heck is going on? It would have been more impactful for his character, and that would have explained a little better why he went out. To meet with Vader to throw him off where Leia was? I don't know.
Yeah.
To do another really slow, annoying chase scene?
Yeah, and like, again, if they wanted to make it impactful for Obi-Wan's character, and why does he do what he does? He separates from Leia, and he goes outside for what purpose? You know,
There's no purpose.
If they wanted him to, they obviously put a Obi-Wan Vader confrontation in. It would have been much more better if he stepped out in front of him right then and there, and did a little fight with him there, and then somehow. You know.
Also, Vader shows up. His theme doesn't play.
Really,
there's no.
I made
it is just all.
I made a note here. Throughout the whole episode, the music is so underwhelming.
Why do you think they're doing it? I think it's because they don't want to pay royalties for the music, because it might belong to someone else. Just like how...
I think they still have rights to it, because they bought everything from George. I reckon they just...
but remember what happened with Halo?
Yeah.
Because...
But George had the rights to Star Wars.
No.
The music.
There's the rights to certain things in it. There's the music. So the music might be owned by John Williams.
Yeah.
Which is why they keep using the one... Like, they might just be doing it to save money. The same reason they did it with Halo. Because Halo had excellent music, but it was owned by...
But they used it...
Had different music.
Either way, it's underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's late.
Especially with the fight.
And also, how to get dark so quickly? It was broad daylight.
Yeah.
2 seconds ago. They go inside, and
Has
they're like,
nightfall
"Oh,
come yet?"
we have to leave quickly. The dark guy's here. It's pitch black. No twilight, no sunset, nothing."
What's the deal with nighttime? Okay, sorry. Yeah, and then Vader just goes along killing random people. Like, oh, we needed
Bring
to know.
someone out.
Yeah.
But
He kills like 6 people. We needed
For no
to know.
reason.
For no reason. It'll be-
Vader never kills without a purpose.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I was thinking he only kills under orders, or if he needs to, like, there's a utility for it.
Yeah,
You know?
if he's either striking fear into new people, 'cause, like, with leaders, when they stuff up, he kills one of the charges. Says, "All right, you're in charge. Don't stuff up," because then that makes them actually do the job. Or when he's actually angry at those people and his, Sam people killed his mother.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough to kill them all.
And the younglings, he was ordered to kill them, right? But you know it would make more sense if he grabs one and then he just says, "Obi-Wan, come here," or these people die. Something like that. That would have made sense.
That would have made why he left more sense.
Yeah, And that would have gone to the whole Jedi thing of they can't help it.
Yeah. Also, is this Vader's first outing?
No, I'm sure that,
Does he just sleep in a little test tube?
No, he gets out and about.
Because they showed us the test tube and then putting on the suit, so he's just...
Yeah, no, he gets out and about.
No, it's been 10 years, so he's done other things.
They put him into that tank to help heal him when he's not on his off time.
Okay, but he doesn't... He walks around, he doesn't seem like he needs healing.
Oh yeah, he got burns to 90% of his body.
Yeah, but we don't...
And that 10%, that's not even 10%. So
he's more machine than man now.
Me watching it, I don't understand. I just...
Yeah.
Also, another inconsistency was the grips he was using for his hands, like to bring people out. So part of half the time he'd be doing this to choke people and snap necks and whatever.
Yeah.
Cut to him doing this, and then him doing this, and then him doing this, and that. Like, it just...
What is he, Scarlet Witch?
Up and away, Web! Kazam!
Like,
go, Web, go!
It changed every time. And that simple inconsistency brought it out of me, especially when he's force choking someone and then he goes...
Yeah.
No, this.
Next
something.
Next time you cough, I'm going to do that so it looks like
Oz, release him!
Your ancient religion! Yada yada yada, something dark side.
Yeah. something dark side. Alright. So Vader follows him out.
And then Reva, right? Going back to... Reva goes to move.
Yeah.
And the brother's like, "No, he told us to go and sweep the area." And then so they all leave and go sweep the area. Yeah. Like, what if she was going to go do that? He's just like, "No, Reva, I know what you're going to do, Reva. Okay? I'm not going to like it because I don't like you, Reva. Okay? Your job."
You're doing it wrong, though. He told us to sweep the area. Grab a broom.
Also, why didn't they give him just like some voice device that would make his voice sound different and scarier? Why is it...
Also, he said, "Not to engage. Sweep the town. Search for others." Who are the others?
Yes, good point.
Implying...
The ones that Vader didn't just kill.
More Jedi? More...
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Okay, this...
So the next one, this is stupid.
This scene.
This whole collection of scenes is stupid.
Yeah.
So he runs, for some reason he separates from Leia, runs away.
Yep.
Encounters Vader, because I thought that's the whole reason he left Leia, was to encounter Vader.
To draw him out, yeah.
Yeah. But so Vader just knows where he's going anyway, even though he had a massive head start.
Force stuff.
Yep, force
Yeah,
stuff.
no, my notes were... Kenobi just ran away from Leia, and Vader can
Let him go.
Finish it for me.
He can teleport.
He can teleport.
He can teleport. Oh!
And it's not the only Sith that does that in this episode.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right.
Somehow Reva beats Leia at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
How does she know where the end of the tunnel is?
She's Reva.
She's Reva, yeah.
Reva can do everything.
She just knows that it ends at the spaceport, and it's stupid. But also, right, if there's a spaceport and you've been to it because you had to get onto the surface of this planet, wouldn't you see a massive hole next to the spaceport?
Nah.
That's a cave.
Nah.
And if you just walked down, if there's a massive hole next to the spaceport, if you walked down, then you'd find the hidden area that houses all the refugees.
Nah.
The whole thing's stupid.
The whole thing is stupid. And
Literally, the whole thing is stupid because it's... Anyway. So he encounters Vader.
and you're like, oh, I gotta go fight scene.
And
Vader's like, oh.
But this whole time the music's just like...
Oh.
Yeah.
Vader's called lightsaber. Oh.
And then he...
Oh.
And then he just runs away!
But then he runs away.
Oh.
But then he...
Disney! Stop! Blueballing me!
No, Nathan. That sounded like a Mickey Mouse orgasm, right? And the point of blue balling is that you haven't had one.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're like, oh, they're gonna fight! They just go...
Well, no, but that's the thing. That's why it's dumb, Nathan. Because he's pulled out his lightsaber, and then Obi-Wan runs away, and then he's like...
He runs away,
and then
Vader's not there, and then he goes...
That's stupid! Why not just have him pull it out? If you're
Why
going
does
to
he
do it
need
anyway,
to draw it now?
do you need to pad it that much? Do you get the most ridiculous possible reasons to pad it out, and also show him off as a complete coward?
Yeah.
If he's going to pull it out anyway, they're going to fight anyway. Why not just take these small little things to make it more... Like, it's not bloody hard.
And also, they're running through the piles of dirt.
Yeah,
It's like really open, and he keeps managing to get away and hide, and then Vader just comes around the corner.
Yeah, it literally just seemed like there was 3 piles of dirt, and he stepped into the center of it, and then...
They're just running around in circles around one pile of dirt.
Apparently.
Yeah, with the shaky camera, the dark scene, and the teleportation, they're just trying to disorient viewers.
Yeah.
And make you confused, because then you won't judge it as much, because you're like, oh, what's happening here? Oh, I'll pay. Vader! Lights!
Anyway,
It's a really slow chase scene again.
fun fact, it would pay off to have a red lightsaber in this scene, because if you have blue light or any other color of light at night time, it ruins your night vision, but red light doesn't. That's why you ever watch, war movies and they're in the helicopter at night time and it's the red light?
Yeah.
It's because it doesn't ruin your night vision.
Interesting.
So there's the... Nathan,
Please stop.
there's no...
Kathleen promised me a fight scene with Vader and Obi-Wan! And I'm not getting it! Ah!
Please.
Okay, I thought it was only Shad that had the emotional range for Cameron, but... This is Nathan's baby that they're messing with. Alright, So, yeah, for some reason... And also...
She goes...
Why does this other lady separate from Leia as well? Why?
Why? And Third Sister comes in and she's just like, oh, there's a switch here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I was
it opens up. Ooh.
I was expecting the lady to run into Reva and get killed or something, but no, Reva just skirts around the outside and meets Leia at the
And why does she leave Leia?
I don't know, it does make sense.
Obi says, stay with her,
she
I trust you, keep her safe, and then she's just like, I know what
let's leave
the
this
old guy
child.
said to you, but I got something
Because
else to do.
Obi-Wan needed help. That's why. Because this one of the best Jedis ever...
Who already killed Vader once before, basically.
And now Vader's literally a cripple with body scars and, needs a breathing apparatus.
If I was in that position and Obi-Wan said, and I knew who Obi-Wan was, and I knew he was this awesome Jedi, and Obi-Wan says to me, keep Leia safe, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'll keep her safe.
The reason they didn't do that is because they needed that girl to come up and save Obi-Wan. Because everyone needs to...
In a really stupid way. In a really dumb way.
Yeah.
They're running through the field. Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Running
running
the crappy
a
fights.
weird little interaction.
Yeah, they're like, Obi-Wan's like, what have you become? And Vader's all like, what you made me. Not my life choices and decisions.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sidious's fault. No, it was you, Obi-Wan. You did this to me.
I literally warned you that you shouldn't jump over me. He did. He said, Anakin, don't do it. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't try it. Don't. I will cut your arms and legs off. Don't. I told you not to do it.
You're my brother, Anakin. I left. It was not Obi-Wan's fault.
Oh, man.
They're just trying to make him feel bad about something he didn't do.
Yeah.
He was doing the hardest thing for the greater good.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, oh, Obi-Wan, look what you did to Vader. You ruined his life. Say sorry to Vader. No! Vader was a villain.
Well, to be fair,
He killed children.
he did, right? To be fair, though, right, even if you're a villain, you'd still be pretty pissed that someone cut your legs off and turned you into a
Yeah.
walking leukemia patient,
Yes.
which they can walk. Anyway, leukemia people out there,
Leper. Walking leper.
you know,
He does lose. He does.
but he can't
he's missing
breathe.
Limbs.
What? No, it's not. It was. What's the one where you can't breathe? Not leukemia. Is it emphysema?
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, the fight scene is somehow more lame than the one that's in episode 4.
Yeah.
Like, remember when we left off on Mustafar, episode 3? That fight scene was bloody epic. They're doing new.
And it's
Yeah.
But here, the music the whole time's just like. Ring, ring.
Da, 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 da,
Like, it was quiet. It was epic. And in this one, it's like.
You did forget. Okay. How does the fight scene music begin in episode 3 in that scene? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, so yeah, a lame fight scene.
So many times, Vader could have just cut everyone in half because he did
Yep.
twirl. It was
Yep.
weak. Like, there's parts where everyone's on the ground and Vader's just like.
Force choked him as well. Could have done that.
Oh, so.
But he
he's
just keeps
playing.
letting Obi-Wan run away.
He's playing with his food.
Yep.
Yeah, but also
But
Obi-Wan's
it doesn't
really
look
weak.
like that though.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan's just really weak. He beat this dude. He's the master of the defensive style.
Also, his entire 10 years, okay, has been dedicated to defending Luke Skywalker from any threat.
And
You
he-
think you'd be ready to face any threat, but he's not. He's a jaded, piss-weak Jedi who can't do what he's already done because
Yeah.
he's jaded. He's got PTSD. His whole role was to protect Luke and to be the best bloody Jedi there is.
And now he can't even defend himself from a cripple.
What the hell?
Like, how much awareness does he get in that suit?
To be fair, PTSD is valid, but it doesn't make him weak.
Yes.
No!
He should be able to fight. He's fought this
He
dude
should
before.
be able-
PTSD does not
If anything-
cripple you all the time.
If anything,
It doesn't make you physically weak.
yeah,
It just
it should have made it. It should have been harder for him to fight in the
Mentally.
first time.
mentally, not physically.
Yeah, but the first time fighting Vader or Anakin should have been harder because the dude was in his prime. He wasn't a cripple, and they were like a week before that had happened. They were best buds, you know. But now he's like had to settle with the fact that yeah, everything's dead and everything sucks. He shouldn't have picked like. Oh, anyway,
I just think it's disgusting how weak Obi-Wan is considering his role right now as
Yeah.
a protector of Luke Skywalker.
well, he
And
needed
Leia currently.
to get saved by the lady.
With
Yeah.
with Reva's scene here, the music's very high beat and it sounds like really really intense and Reva's just it sounds like pacing running music.
Yeah.
And she's
Because
just
that's
like
their theme. Yeah, just looking around. Yeah.
I'm not going to be at all intense or run around and rush to find this Leia girl. I'm going to take my sweet, sweet time. Get my paycheck's worth.
She's just not intimidating.
She's not.
She would have made a good character, I reckon.
Well, the reason she's not intimidating is because she's putting on the villain thing, and it doesn't pay off because it's so obviously cartoonish and like when even though Palpatine and Vader are not cartoonish, but like comically villain,
Yeah.
it still works because Vader has the commanding voice,
The classical
right?
villains.
Yeah, and Sidious talks like this, right? But it
Yeah.
works because they use them sparingly, right? They're
Yeah.
not following them around all the time.
But they
yeah.
could have made it a part of her character. Like maybe she's trying to be intimidating, and then they keep saying it's not working. You're just not intimidating.
Yeah, but
And
they
that
can.
could have been a part of her character development. But
You
it's
can-
just
Yeah, but you can have, and they've done it before, many things have done it, you can have an intimidating villain who's actually bright and cheerful to everyone. Look at Hans Landl from Inglourious Bastards. He literally is the most polite person you could possibly imagine. He's like, may I come into your home and have some of
Yeah.
your delicious milk?
Yeah.
And then when he's in there, he's like, look, I've got this job to do and it's nothing really bad, but if you could just help me.
and she's
And then gives him the eye.
yeah.
And it's like, you have Jews in here, don't you? And he's like, yes.
Or
Where are they?
there's-
And that would work because she's literally looking for Jedi. That also
Yeah.
starts with a J and an E. So, you know.
And that would complement her arrogance, that she's cheerful and
Yeah.
and that she's just making a game out of everything.
Yeah, you know, if she just came in as like, look, you know, I'm looking for Jedi and they're bad. You know, just not,
Yeah.
you know, just be a bit more play with people.
Or even the scene where Obi's hiding in, is it the first episode or the second?
Which one?
When they get away in the ship, and
Yeah,
she
the second.
kills the
Second one.
Master Inquisitor, whatever it was. That she could be like, "Hey Obi, I know where you are," like making a game out of it, but she was just like, "Obi,
Well, she did say, I'm going to find you or something like that.
find you."
It just wasn't cool because,
No.
like, we base, you know, how we feel. It's a character's reputation because we've seen them do certain things,
Yeah.
you know? But she's just cartoonishly villain. She's got no other character apart from either I'm angry or I'm bossing you around.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And a lot of the instances we see her doing things, it's just her alone in the scene, doing cool stuff.
Yeah, supposedly cool stuff. Parkour that led to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we need to have her in the room using the Force to find switches and doorways when she just shows up at the end to confront Leia?
I don't know. It's
This
stupid.
scene.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan was running away, and then all of a sudden Vader gets in front of him again. Somehow.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but keep going.
Oh.
He takes away his, and then he takes away his saber, and then he just goes, "Oh, I'll light this stuff on fire."
I'll tell you what, though.
Ooh, light the stuff on fire. Why didn't they light it on fire during a fight? Or
That would have been...
something?
That's what I was thinking, right? This part, that's a cool shot,
Yeah.
right? And what he does with Obi-Wan, with putting him in the fire, that's cool. That would make
Also,
sense for Vader.
There's conveniently some flammable stuff just right there on the floor and nowhere else.
Yeah.
where
Wait,
they've
they
been
knock
running.
it over, yeah.
Yeah, but also, right, like, that's a cool shot, and I like that.
Yeah.
But, again, like you said, why
Yeah.
couldn't it have happened during a fight? You
Yeah.
could have showed them both off to be kind of
A
badass.
fight, and then they separate, and that's when he
Yeah,
picks him up with the Force, because the fight separated them.
yeah, and you can even...
The fire separated them.
You could even show Vader beating him, and that's how he gets, you know, taken out of it, and then he uses the Force to do that. That would have made sense, right?
But then,
He drags him into the fire, and
but
he's like,
he just leaves him at the edge of the fire.
yeah, even though it's
And then
the one place.
he just throws him far away and says to the stormtroopers, "Go get him." Instead, he could have had Obi and slowly dragged him through the fire to his feet.
Yeah,
But he had to throw him away so that Obi could get away.
yeah. It would, you know, okay, here's how the scene
He's got the Force, and he just tells the stormtroopers, "Bring him to me," when he could have just been like, psh, psh.
Yeah, but the reason that, gets dragged into the fire,
Yeah. And he just leaves him there. He doesn't keep dragging him through the fire.
yeah, so he does the Force push to throw him away, and also puts the fire out,
Yep.
and then he says, go and bring him to me.
Yep, but he throws him away and then says, "Bring him to me." Why
Yeah,
didn't
yep.
he just pull him closer?
Good question.
But he has to be there so the fire can reignite and she can
Exactly.
save him.
But also, here's what could have happened, right? Imagine they're having the fight scene, right? Mm-hmm. Having the fight scene, all that happens, he gets dragged in the fire, and there's no one else around, no stormtroopers or anything, but maybe Vader's about to do the killing blow.
Yep.
And you have a free shot at Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Imagine if she took it, and that's how Obi-Wan gets away.
yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Simple,
or-
easy.
Or maybe Vader has some PTSD because he was literally burned.
Well, I think he's come to terms with that by burning Obi-Wan in the same way. But again,
I don't know. It's just
they could have.
it's
They
not
could've-
very impactful.
They could have avoided, at the least, the plot holes of, okay, so I can ignite the fire, I can also put it out. I put it
Yeah.
out to send someone across to get him, one
Yeah.
dude, and then the girl
dude.
activated the fire again,
Yeah.
so that they can, well, I can just put it out again. Or I can just force grab him.
A lot of these things is just time wasting to lead from one
Yeah.
thing to another in no...
But you could have this, and you could have Vader even about to kill him and satisfy that, but if she takes the shot at Vader, and then he's injured and taken back a bit, then he can get away.
And then the fire roars even higher,
yeah, sure.
making it harder to walk through.
They go, or at least Vader, if he's shot and distracted, you know, and like injured or in some way, he can't pursue. But that's a simple way to not have the plot hole of, oh, he can just grab him, he can put out the fire, he can
Yeah.
have his stormtroopers shoot
Yeah.
through the fire.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, these people are just retarded. And the robot
And
comes
then
and saves
they
him.
just let him walk
So
away. They're
dumb.
not shooting, they're not...
Yeah.
Like,
There's not a gun blazing scene. It's just
I'm conflicted that
they walk
Kenobi
away.
even got burned, because those burns will probably like stay on you because they're hot coals.
Yeah,
They
you
got dragged over on, and so that's going to stay with you.
Yeah.
And so I don't think good old Ben from episode 4 had any burns on him. That breaks it. But as well, Vader literally sees the droid go, okay, picking him up, walking away,
Yeah.
and
No
does
force.
nothing.
No
No force, no
force.
shooting, nothing.
He just goes, oh, okay.
That could have been a moment where Obi is using his force again, and he's resisting.
Yeah.
But
And
no.
and look, she just took the shot, and there's no shooting at her now. This is just so
She's
simple.
just
Why aren't they
sitting
shooting?
there.
You know, you could easily make a case for, okay, the not clone troopers, the stormtroopers can't shoot at Obi-Wan because they're shooting at her up there, and there you go. You've got a reason for some things to happen, right? But they're just not doing it. It makes no sense that they're not doing certain things when they've literally just shown themselves capable of doing certain things. But with these simple fixes, those problems go away, and you have all the things in place to do those simple fixes. The stormtroopers wouldn't shoot at Obi-Wan because they're shooting at her, because she's taking pot shots at them, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what your lord tells you to do. If someone's shooting at you, you're going to shoot back, right? So, yeah.
He doesn't tell them to do anything.
He doesn't, you know, and, yeah, so...
He just
And the
watches.
fact that everyone just watches,
Why he could just walk around the fire.
or you can just go, pause
out.
for you
Put
through
it
the
out
fire.
again.
Yeah, or just put it out again.
Or throw a lightsaber. He's known for doing
They
that
just
as
watch
well.
him walk.
Yeah.
No,
He doesn't do anything.
Anyway.
and then they just go, oh, they lost him.
Implying Vader.
Look at this.
You were angry about that.
Yeah.
Lol. Yeah, so... Then Reva gets captured.
Yep, Reva can teleport.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they end it just before she takes Leia.
Yeah.
I think Leia's very uncertain about it. But who knows?
Well, she sees the dead guy, and then is it supposed to end on a cliffhanger? Is there going to be another slow chase the next episode where
Probably.
she manages to get away?
It would be funny if Reva's the one person to ever manage to catch Leia in a chase. So, yeah. That was the episode. That was the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Where Obi-Wan
The
is...
Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Yeah. The Obi Kenobi show. Kenobi-Wan. Oh, I just realised that. Obi Kenobi. Anyway.
The Obi Kenobi show.
Yeah, the Kenobi-Wan show. It's stupid. It's really dumb that, one, they need to make him a pussy all the time, bad at his job, needs to be
Yeah.
saved left, right, and centre.
Also,
They
right.
can still have people come to his rescue while making him a badass.
Yeah, exactly.
He can receive aid while still being awesome.
Yeah.
I don't get how Kenobi can be this jaded, washed-up Jedi, and Reva can be this outcast. You know, she's got trauma too when you think about it.
Some trauma on her tummy.
She's got trauma. Everyone makes fun of her. She's obviously low life, not very powerful Jedi because she was an Inquisitor, so that wasn't very force sensitive. Yet she manages to accomplish so much by doing so little. And Kenobi, who we've seen previously do so much,
yeah.
can't even hold his self, like can't even stay under cover.
Yeah.
Yep. And also, by the way, remember the part how in the second episode he's shooting at those two dudes who are like standing out in the open, he misses them all the time. But then when he's fighting those stormtroopers, he's bloody John Wick with that blaster.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I know.
Inconsistencies.
Yeah. It's so... This show sucks. Whoever's writing it is retarded. They don't... There's so many simple things they could do.
Yep.
Yep. Sorry to betrayal, but you failed. This show sucks.
Yeah. Well...
I wanted to like it.
I'd blame every single person that's like... So you can't work out who to blame, you know, because there's writers, but then there's Kathleen Kennedy. So who do we blame?
And directors.
And there's
And directors, yeah.
Yeah.
And actors as well.
And fight scene choreographers.
The whole team.
Yeah. Well, with any of these things, you should always blame leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership has the say of how it
And
works.
Kathleen had her fingers in this the whole time. She changed the story so many times, so many script rewrites.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Because, okay,
makes
a funny thing
sense.
as well, she was afraid because they were going to have Luke originally be with Obi-Wan, but they're like, oh, some old guy with a little kid, like a little boy. That's too much like Baby Yoda and like Mandalorian.
What?
We'll change it to Leia. Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes it original.
Little kid with older wise man. Yeah, that good fix.
Yeah. But even then, she's wiser than him, apparently, half the time.
Yep.
He's just a washed-up has-been Jedi who sucks at his
Wise,
job.
smart kid trope.
So, yeah, Star Wars is dead, just like most media these days. That's why we need to start doing our own. Yeah, That's why Nathan's going to be making his own games. That's why Cordy's going to be doing her own comic books. That's
And
why
Oz is going to do his own stand-up.
I'm not going to do stand-up.
Yes.
I'll do writing, but I won't do stand-up. Like, I'll be a comic writer, but I won't be doing stand-up. I'm too... If the spotlight hits me, it's going to blind everyone in the room, dude. I don't want to do that.
Netflix special?
They're not going to have me, and Netflix probably won't be around for too much longer. Anyway, this has been Night's Watch.
And as always...
Stay watchful. Wait, do you want to try that again? You're going to cough, aren't you?
I'm just sad, Oz. I'm sad.
You sad?
I'm sad. I'm going to go play the Knights of the Republic now. I remember when Star Wars was good.
Well, you're not. You're going to go to work. And,
Yeah, I am going to end this video, but when I get home...
Yeah.
Knights of the Republic, I'm coming for you.
Aww. Okay, and remember, stay watchful.